Once you have these pieces in, the next step is to add a new scene. So in our scene category, which is on the left side, you would choose add new scene. And I'm just going to put in another blank scene. And you'll notice now that I have 2 players in here. Because remember we said we would have a minimum of 1 player on each side. So this is the game itself. And this is a good sign because this lets us know that our multiplayer mode is set up. Once again, we'll go over to our environment and we're going to change it to indoor. And I'm going to set it to the arena warehouse. So we just have this consistent look of this is the place that we enter and then the place where our game is going to take place. Once you've completed this, we're going to start off by creating a respawn zone. So we love our spawn for creating something out of nothing. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to put a very simple line that goes from one side of the arena to the other and allows us to prevent a team from crossing that line. If they cross that line, then they're respawned back at the beginning again. So it's kind of a little protective way for us to ensure that our team never crosses the line in this dodgeball game. What you do is just go to shapes and you can choose something like a cube. I'm going to take this cube here and I'm going to bring it down in size so it's flat and it's not very wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this out and you'll see I'm going to move all the way over to the far end of the arena. I'm going to stop right there about for the wall. I'll come back over here and once again I'm going to head to the right and I'm going to put this up against the wall here. And this is just a line. All it does is it just kind of visually shows the players where you can't cross. What we actually need is a respawn zone. And to do that, what you need to do is go back to your special, and we're going to pick a trigger. And so the spawn trigger is just a simple triggering box that we can place right on top of that. And one of the fastest way to do that is hold the shift key and it will kind of grab right on. And I'm going to take this object and I'm going to make it real tall so that there's no way we can jump over this. Totally up to you. And then what you're going to do is, as I saw me doing, like adjusting the width, we're going to make sure this goes all the way across right to the edge of our wall because we don't want anyone to find a little loophole in there. And we'll grab this side and we'll bring it over here. Now we have this invisible trigger point. And we're going to click on this invisible trigger. As you can see, it's listed right now with the word trigger. We'll go to events. And this is going to be a new event. And this one is called entered by object. So what it says is something has to enter this trigger space. We need to be specific about what, so we have to hit the and button. And the if has to indicate, well, what has to cross in here. We don't want our dodgeballs or other things to worry about when it hits it, but we do want it when a player collides. So what we do is we click on the drop down and we're going to choose target is player. This means that if something enters the object and that target, that thing that enters, is a player, then it should run some code. And of course, what we want to do is we want to say that entering object, which is our player, we're going to click on our options and we're going to choose respawn under life cycle. And this will bring our player, when they come in contact with this line, back to their starting place. So wherever that person was originally spawned, that's where they're going to head back to. This is a good time to finish by clicking on both the trigger as well as the line that we created, the cube. You can do this by holding down like a control key. And we want, in our object section, we want to anchor these. We want to make sure that both items are anchored, because what we don't want to have happen is for them to move by coming into contact with the player. So just testing this out, we'll go into view mode and we'll pretend to be team 1, the red player. And so that's why you're not seeing anything over here. And so I'm going to walk right forward. And as soon as I hit that line, it respawned me right back where I started. So I'll go down here a little bit more just to make it clearer. And you can see I dropped right back into my original place.